Fairfield. And it was like, I passed maybe 4 accents before you.
Especially when it rains.
Fairfield. I'm staying the night.
You go there 2 days?
2 nights a week, I stay. Usually it's Monday night and Thursday. That way, kind of, get rest,
Yeah.
do it again.
To try to do it every night would be too much.
But,
What is this?
And as long as there's a train up there that you can grab for any
It's me. Load me on that big old highway.
but handle them all well.
Everybody's in between now.
Oh, Crystal Joe.
Oh, well, everybody's enjoying the stickers over there.
Oh, you mean the forum?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess they're still on here.
Yeah.
Haven't been in there yet?
Here, exactly. Somewhere else, they start going over there.
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of shocked to see so many people.
I don't know, I like 36.
Yeah. It's nice to go over.
Yeah.
This is pure neighborhood. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of my neighbors, maybe where I live, it's not very.
Judy, you sit in front of me so you can see. I don't block you out. I'll go find this one.
You'll find us.
You don't want to have somewhere else.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Yeah. So when you Nick goes down the steps, do you have that chair?
Okay, I hope everyone enjoyed their walkthrough of the facility out there. It always seems to get better every time they hold it. So it's pretty nice to see the progress, and for those who've been showing up before, you'll see just how far they've come. So thanks, Steve, for doing that again. So what we're talking about now is just the ways that you can stay informed about the project, the way that it's going. Our primary source is a project blog that we have, and you see the address on there for rinconada.reliabilityproject.com. And that's essentially one of the quickest ways that you'll be able to get information about the project. Say if there's conditions that will change with traffic or construction updates that we need to let you know about, this is the fastest way to learn about it. And I have a sheet there at the table that will explain how you can sign up for free to get the information from the project blog. I guess I should have introduced myself first. For those who don't know me, my name is Tony Mercado. I'm the public information representative and the neighborhood liaison for this project. I've been on this project since the very beginning and with the water district for about 18 years. So those are the direct ways to contact me, my direct line, also my email address. And you can also reach me. You'll see there's information on the construction signs that are outside. Well, that's the look at the project blog. So it's active, and there's always different types of stories that we try to put on there, and even videos on occasion when we're able to. But this was the sign that I was mentioning. You'll see it at the vantage points, at the very entry points to the treatment plant. That phone number is actually my personal cell phone number. So you are able to call me at any time, day or night, on the weekends. Don't be shy, people have done it. But it's a way that we're able to kind of keep you in the loop. So if you have a question, you have a concern, we'll be able to address it right away. And if you do have those concerns, we just need to get some information from you so we can help solve that problem a little bit easier. First, give us your name, and if it happens to be a vehicle that you see that may be either speeding or not adhering to the traffic flows, provide us with the license plate number, the vehicle description. Usually on the trucks they have a company logo on the side. So that will help us narrow down who we need to contact so that we can address the problem.
Little
Yes, sir.
feedback, if you don't mind.
Not at all.
I'd like to compliment you all on putting those, your speed is, whatever it is, signs.
The traffic
out
and speed
there.
indicator signs.
In this neighborhood, we've been trying to slow stuff down for decades. Because everybody wants to check out their suspension on that hill. And they come flying down there, and you've got kids going to Rinconada, or the school down here at Rolling Hills. And there have been more than one occasion where somebody's lost it. So having those signs there helps. Thank you.
You're welcome. And actually, those speed indicator signs are a direct result of the communication that we've had with the community. The neighbors have indicated that that has been an issue. And we listened, and we worked with the town of Los Gatos in order to get those up. So that kind of feedback, when I say that we listen, we really do. So I'm glad that that's something that the community likes.
Thank you.
And that's it. We do schedule our meetings every 3 months or so. We try to keep it around the same date. So I will be sending out more information. It'll probably be around the same time frame. So thank you very much.
So with that, the floor is open for any questions, comments, concerns.
How well are we doing on the schedule? Because I know we've probably fallen behind a little bit because we extended the workday.
I'll take that question. At this point, we're reviewing the contractor's request for additional duration to finish the phase of work that we're in now, which we haven't settled on the actual duration. We're in a range of potential time delays, somewhere between maybe 3 months and up to 10 months. So this phase of work, if you remember from the slide that Amandeep showed, is the most intensive part of the whole project. And we'll get more work done in this phase than the remainder of the project. Sort of, we hit the top of the hill and we start coasting to the finish. So because of a few problems that occurred during this phase, we expect that we will be extending the duration of this phase, which we may be able to make up in the subsequent phases, and we're evaluating those options too. So even though this phase of work, the second phase of the project, may be delayed, we may be able to not delay the total completion of the project by the same number of months.
It's currently scheduled to be finished in the fall of 2020, right?
That's correct.
So it could go beyond that point, is what you're saying.
Well, we're trying really hard to get it done by then, and I think it's realistic that we could be done in the fall of 2020. It's still realistic. We're working really hard to bring that in.
Okay, thanks.
Any other questions?
Just out of curiosity, how big is this project? I mean, what kind of dollars are we talking about, and how many people and infrastructure? I mean, it just seems huge, you know?
It is the largest single project that the district has put out. It's in the order of, it's a little shy of $200 million. So the staff on site, I'll have to defer to Pedro to tell me how many we have at any given point in time. It does fluctuate. Pedro, do you know what our peak was?
Yeah, our personnel on site, craft, and staff is close to about 150 people.
So that's contractor staff. You know, then we have an additional 30 to 35 district staff at any given time, depending on the day and the hour. So there's definitely a lot of activity going on. You guys have noticed that over the last 2 years, and the next years coming forward, it'll start to diminish, but it is definitely a large endeavor.
I do want to compliment you guys because we live in the neighborhood, so we see these trucks go by and, you know, the construction trucks. But there's always somebody following closely, guiding this thing so they don't go very fast or they don't run over anybody. So when I go in and out of my street, I felt really safe. And also there's always somebody spraying some water so there's not a lot of dust. And also Tony's communication that really helped us so we know what's going on. So thank you for being a good neighbor for such a huge project. Appreciate it.
And I would like to take all credit for that from the district. You know, Balfour Beatty is very conscientious about that. We've got additional support from the HDR. So everyone is aware of the district's good neighbor policy. We obviously want to have a successful completion of the project, but in a vacuum that doesn't make much sense because we are a member of the community ourselves. So the community impacts are important to us, so we do strive, and Balfour does strive as well, to ensure that anything that we are notified of gets rectified in a short fashion. And then if at all possible, we like to work with residents to kind of find unique solutions. So I think you may or may not hear beeps, or used to hear beeps from equipment that's kind of the emergency backup system to keep people out of harm's way. We had a resident complain, and then they installed what they call a quack system. So basically, when the heavy equipment backs up, it sounds like a duck quacking. Which, you know, you would think, well, if you hear a duck 70 times a day, that's probably irritating too. But it's a little less shrill than the beep, so you know, it's more of a natural sound. So we do have some innovative solutions, which Balfour has been kind enough to partner with us on, and we hope to continue that moving forward. So I think, as Tony mentioned, if you do have anything, we ask that you tell us. Instead of letting it just kind of sit out there, we'd like to be proactive and get that resolved.
On the safety note, I'd really like to add is we have a culture that's called zero harm. Zero harm to the environment, our personnel, equipment, and our neighbors. Not only that, we've been here on this site for close to 18 months now. We've had 425 days without a lost time reportable on the job site. So safety is primary, not only inside but outside as well.
Very good.
Yeah, on more Avenue, you know if they can start the sweeping?
Street sweeping on Moore Avenue. David is a district employee as well as a resident of the area. So we are on a first name basis. He's actually talking to Roger about that, and we're going to see what the street sweeping schedule is to make sure that we get all of our dust and debris cleaned up as appropriate for our season. Any other questions? Okay. I'd like to thank you guys all for coming out and showing interest in the project. We are obviously very proud of what's going on here and want to see a successful project completion. But what is successful is keeping you guys informed. Otherwise, it's not going to be much of a success if no one knows what's going on out here. It would be a personal success, but we like to share. So, as Tony mentioned, we're quarterly, so I think we're projecting our next meeting somewhere around the 18th of May.
Yeah.
We'll let the neighborhood know when that meeting has actually been scheduled, and hopefully we'll see you all here. Maybe you'll bring your friends. And you're more than welcome to come back. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
What?
Those aren't the days that come up.
Okay, yeah, Tuesday and Thursday, but it's not a schedule, nothing.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for coming
Have a
out.
great meeting.
Thank you very much for coming out. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's okay. I think it's
They know they're not supposed to be.
it's all right. I'll probably get it done faster.
Okay, thank you. Do all the trees go? Not till very end. Yeah. We're gonna move some of those trees down to the ground in the next few weeks. There's some that actually don't do much screening that are right along the top of the road up here. You can't even see them.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
Yeah. We're gonna move them down there. They need more sunlight on there. Plus, one of the neighbors down there in Rinconada is concerned about the aesthetics of the gate. So we're trying to do a little, we moved the guardhouse like the road over there. That was really to help move the large number of cars in there.
Shows what a great job. There must be other drivers or other contractors.
Yeah, because trees, they die, they fall branches. I noticed there's a tree down in the storm too.